King, I sent you on a homework assignment, kind of like what you did to me with that last movie. I'm like, yo, check this movie out, man. Check this movie out. What was that movie? What was that movie, King?
Sick.
Yeah, so we watched Sick. I watched it last week, and I was sitting in there at my girl's place, and I was looking for something because she was at work, and I was like, what kind of something I could watch? And I saw this movie on Peacock. It was called Sick. It's a Peacock original. I don't know if that means like it would ever go anywhere, because sometimes certain things just it's an original because they made a deal. So right now you can
Yeah.
only watch this on Peacock, and pretty much what it is, it's like it's kind of those things that you would see off of something such as we all knew when we was going into they were going to make movies about the pandemic. We knew it was going to happen,
Oh
and,
God.
and this movie is very centered around the pandemic, but they don't throw it in your face, and I think you can agree, King. The settings and a lot of the plot has to do with the pandemic, but once you get past the stuff they do to open that up, I'm wanting to say that this movie does a very good job at separating itself from the pandemic, and to a point where you don't even know this is about the pandemic anymore. Like, so
No,
what?
I was keenly aware throughout the whole film that this was a pandemic film. Um, in the sense they were told to quarantine. Excuse me, and that's the reason why they're in this cabin. Social media plays a big thing
Yeah,
in
huge part
this.
of this.
It's
And
this
remember, we,
movie is
we,
so
we ain't in the
topical.
spoiling part yet, though. So,
Oh no,
yeah.
we didn't get there. This movie is so topical, so current, so now. I mean, from the vernacular of the characters, from the actors, from the scenery, from the technology that they're using, uh, everything about it was current. It felt now. It didn't feel like it was excuse me, displaced out of time or anything. It was very, very current. So I was like, okay, and I'm gonna see how it's gonna work, how they're gonna use technology with it, how they're gonna use what's topical as far as the pandemic goes. Um, and it weaves its way into the story in a way that it's not so intrusive, like you said, but it's on the film, and you get a sense of, okay, this is the reason why they're on this lake by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you got a reason why they're
So
isolated. You have a reason why this movie is in this setting.
what I liked about it is, like I said, the reason I think it does a good job by stating this is a pandemic movie, but then about 10 minutes into it, after they've established, well, it's the beginning of the pandemic, you got to isolate yourself. You
Yeah,
kind of forget about that for like half the movie,
yeah, true.
because pretty much it's like the movie's generally like a scream without the comedy. It's like
Boy,
someone's in the house, huh?
I said, boy,
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the head.
yeah. So someone's in the house. Someone is doing some suspect stuff. That's pretty much what the movie's about, and I think they do a good job at really building up anticipation of what is actually going on. So it is. So what was your overall perspective when you saw like just the trailer, or not even trailer, just first 5-10 minutes? I don't know if you watched the trailer, because I usually
Well,
watch a trailer before I pop in a
nah,
movie.
I don't watch the trailer on something that, like if it's an assignment, something I gotta watch. I just go into it, right? I go into it blind, not knowing what's going on. The first 10 minutes, somebody's getting murdered.
Yeah, they actually they do a really good job at like just kicking the door open, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. You want to just go ahead and get straight in to
Yeah,
this
well, I mean, it
to the
starts to
spoiler.
start off with a spoiler. So
Yeah,
um
let's go straight into the spoiler, man. Let's go
yeah,
straight into the
first 10
spoiler.
minutes, it's crazy because you have no idea why. Right. Okay. Guy's in the supermarket, he gets a text message. So this is where they use technology at, right? They're using the technology. Then it's like, nice butt.
And he
What?
thinks it's a joke. He's looking around like,
Like Yeah. First, no, it says something stupid. The first one, it said,
you want a party or something
do
like
you
that.
want a party? And he's like, man, who the hell is this? Dismisses it automatically. And then he's in line. They take a picture of his butt and says, nice butt. So he's looking around paranoid, like, who the hell is here? He doesn't recognize nobody behind him.
Here's my question to you, King.
Yeah.
Let's say you at the store and you get a message saying, nice butt. Are you going to take it as well as he did, where he didn't really question anything, didn't look around really? Like, he just did like...
Well, you got to look at the stature of the kid. He wasn't a demonstrative dude. He was a diminutive dude, He didn't look like he's into any confrontational type of aspect. So me personally, I'm going to count how many people's on the line. Then I'm going to judge the distance in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smacking the dog fire out of whoever is in that distance that I think you at.
I think it was one of those things where the individual took the picture and then left the scene. Like, I don't think
somebody would have just got smacked for no reason, because it's absolutely no way you're going to take a picture of my butt and say nice butt.
You just go see King walk up and just, ooh. Like, it's like one of those things where they're sitting there like, but why?
I know, right? Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. I'm on TikTok now. Let me see your phone. I'm gonna say when a male Karen goes crazy. Let me see your phone.
You're gonna have he's gonna be on 6 o'clock news in cuffs against the cop car. He'd be like, "Why did you do it? He took a picture of my behind."
Yo, but check it out, Addict. I wouldn't die. I wouldn't die. So okay, so get it. So the dude leaves out of there. He gets in his car. He goes home, and when he gets into the house, he hears like a car alarm, and then he got another text message or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what that text message said, but there was definitely another text message.
He got another text message, and he looks out his door, but he turns back because he hears something outside the window, and then you see somebody walk in the background into his house. We're all black. I'm like, oh, this is real. Oh, okay, he's in danger. The dude, without any hesitation, pulls out a butcher knife that's like yay big.
That you couldn't realistically fight with. Like, you realistically couldn't fight with that.
Nah. But he was abnormally strong. He's slamming this guy all over the place.
Look in the picture we displayed for the chat. Like, this is the size of the butcher. It's like a Michael Myers butcher knife.
Yeah,
like,
it don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense.
You would hurt yourself quicker than you would hurt them with that thing.
At some point in time, it's gonna you're gonna get tired swinging this big butcher knife. He fights this guy, man. They do all types of things, and it was a point where he could have ran out the house. This idiot stays in the house.
Yeah, he should have left. That's where you see like little holes where realistically a human being would have left the house.
Yeah,
and because I guess obviously, we are in the spoiler thing because I'm about to spoil a big portion of the movie. There was more to going on than just that individual. There was actually two killers. And
I didn't know that though. I thought it was one dude getting busy.
I didn't know that at that time. You know when I knew there was two killers? When they threw homegirl off the top of the balcony, and when she went to the bottom, the killer was already there, coming in the front door. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way you can move that fast."
I thought, nope. At that point, I still thought it was supernatural stuff. Because he was abnormally strong when he threw homeboy up against the wall.
Yeah.
and he had him up on the pike.
I don't like this concept when we're doing like these like slasher things where one person and they as a group, it don't matter if that's a man. As a group, those two chicks and that third dude, because we didn't know about the second dude at the time, would have bodied that dude. Like, would have bodied him.
Addict. All right, so so this guy dies, right? He gets killed.
Yeah, well, I just skipped like huge portions.
He slashes the dude neck. So cut to two girls. Two girls are going to quarantine together, and they get over to the cabin because this is our family's cabin. What I noticed off the rip, there's a very huge lack of security.
Yeah,
Like,
it was kind of bad, and
yeah,
you know, I felt like the chicks too was a little bit like naive. They didn't really.
not the black one. The black one was jumpy and scared of everything. You know,
Yeah, but I don't think that's any form of like. I think that's a lot of like, you know, just her anxiety coming off. Like,
well,
and
yeah,
the other
because of
chick
the
did not
pandemic.
care. The other
The
chick did
other
not
chick
care
didn't care about
whatsoever.
anything. But then, okay, so then the dude DJ shows up. DJ shows up because DJ think they have a thing, but she's using DJ as a little, little
Little
boy
side
toy.
piece. That
So,
it does seem like she did get a little too close to the star, or to the sun.
yeah,
Like,
she was feeling herself. She goes and she does a video of her kissing a whole bunch of boys at this party. And I guess the video goes viral. I guess it goes viral.
for some
The-
reason, I have no
yeah,
clue why that video would go viral.
it wasn't nothing big, but I guess for the pandemic, you're going around kissing people, and it's called
Yeah, you think about it that direction. Yeah.
yeah. It was like pandemic, f the pandemic, COVID's not real, X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah. But she really put it up to hurt this dude, to hurt his feelings, because he wanted to make it something more, and she wanted to show him that we're not serious. This is just a fling thing. And her inadvertently trying to hurt and be malicious to this kid who actually cared about her because he drove all the way up there to see her. And he's like, yo, what's up? What's going on? Let's get down to the conversation. And she basically dismissed him and kicked him to the side. But that's when everything kicks off. That's when the killer comes, gets into the house. Nobody sees him when he gets in.
You do see him if you really pay attention. When he goes
we
out to the
saw
truck,
him.
oh yeah, they don't see him.
Yeah, they don't see him. We see him.
So pretty much what happened is the chick ends up one of them goes to bed first, and then the chick that is leading on the other dude, she goes to bed. So it's just this dude. He's upset, so he goes out to his car, and when he opens the door, because you got to consider the door's here, and the door to the house is on the other side, so he doesn't have visible sight on the house at this point, because he's looking inside, and there's a door between him and the front door. The killer comes around that front side and goes straight in. You see it, but they don't see it.
Nice and quiet. So he goes
that
inside.
butcher knife, he was walking with it too.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this guy is crazy. So he goes inside the house. The homeboy, falls asleep on the couch. This is where it turns into 2023 stuff. This killer takes the time, not kill them, not kill them. He goes and takes their cell. He goes to each and every last one of them.
And somehow none of them woke up.
None of them
woke up. But the dude woke up.
Take their cell. But he woke up because he wanted to use his phone or whatever. Because, we're addicted to these stupid gadgets. So he gets up to reach for his phone. His phone is missing. And then when he stands up, there's loud music playing.
And then keep in mind, it just pans away from that. You don't see this dude for a couple minutes. So your mind is set, something's about to happen. You're not going to see it. Then it pans straight to the chick that's leading them on. And what I like about it is they threw me off guard for a second. I thought she was going to come out there, see him stabbed, maybe see him dead or something related to that. But she walks to the stairs, she looks down, and he shows up and puts his hand over her mouth and says, there's someone in the house. And I'm like, yo, it caught me off guard because they don't normally do that, King. They don't normally let the other people know what's going on.
So that part happens, and he says, we got to go get the other girl. Then the killer pops up.
What?
The killer pops up. At this point, I'm like, jump him. In my head.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, okay, let's put it to you guys this way, okay? Here's the house. She is outside the house. So the white chick's outside the house, the black chick is in the bed, and the killer's coming to her in the bed. So, it would take a couple seconds for that white chick to get around, but she could. But, okay, so he's about to kill the black chick. Homeboy just comes out of nowhere and slams against the wall, and then he tells her to run. I'm like, no. Like, if the black chick and that dude would have teamed up, that dude would have been out of there.
They would have killed him right there. Easy.
Because the dude was giving him that business, King. Like
in the beginning, when he had the strength.
There was a couple times where I thought he was about to. That's what I like when they make the killers defeatable. Because you see it in the Scream movies, you see it in some other movies, but there's some times where you can't do nothing to those killers. They just go walk through everything. But man, they were messing this dude up multiple times. Every one of the main protagonists in this movie, there was 3 of them, messed up these killers at least once to twice.
Yo, what I liked is when he was fighting the killer, it was a moment where he fought him too long by himself. And he just got tired. Because remember, they were smoking earlier, they were drinking earlier. So he doesn't have all his strength. He's probably
still half asleep to some degree.
Basically. So this guy picks him up.
And he's got adrenaline running through him. So he's wasting more energy than you would think.
Normally. The guy picks him up, turns him sideways, and smashes him against the wall. Then he wraps into the blanket, and he starts going to town on that blanket, stabbing that blanket up.
Yeah.
And all I can think is, while those 2 chicks is sitting in the car,
this dude's getting killed.
Y'all could have jumped this dude. All 3 of y'all could have put feet on this man.
To be fair, at the time, we thought it was one person. So
yeah, but I mean, they could have still killed the dude.
Yeah,
and then take care of the next dude.
Asking you a question: how well do you think they hid the second person?
Very well.
I didn't expect it till when I started assuming. It's like I said, that there was a time where the dude's dead. He was ran through with some sharp object, so he's dead. He's gone. And then the chick, they start chasing the chick everywhere. The women everywhere. So they get to this addict, and first off, that door looked strong. He wasn't breaking in that door that easy.
Yo, addict, when they bust into the door and they kicked him down, I said, jump him. Yo, it was multiple instances in this movie. They could have ended the movie. They could have jumped him.
There was a time where the dude literally had him on the ground. It was over a wrap. But he surprised him with a knife and stabbed him. Like, if that dude was alive, they could have easily have killed them. Maybe even both of them. Because, as you will find out, we'll get to that here in a second, so after they get that, the 2 women are on the rooftops. They're going through the rooftops, and then he grabs the black chick through the window, which I will agree with you. He did grab her like a rag doll. And at first I thought he threw something out the window to break it, but if you go back and look, he literally smashes his hands through the window, which isn't really realistic. But he throws her off.
This is where I'm pissed off, right? I'm pissed off at that point where she has leverage. If she holds on to him, she could yank him out the window, right? If she falls back, she can take him out the window. Either way, both of us is hitting out of this window.
Yeah.
I hated the fact that I knew when it was going past the window, somebody gonna get grabbed.
Yeah, and I could tell it wasn't the first chick because she was quick going through. Because you could tell this chick was some sneaky chick when she was younger, man. She was going around this rooftop like it was nothing. Like she done snuck out of her house 1,000 times when she was a teenager. And what was funny is, so they threw the black chick off. She's on the ground. So I kind of didn't think
she looked like Family Guy.
Yeah, I didn't think she was dead. I at that time, no, there was no way she was dead. So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, all right. So the white chick comes down. And keep in mind that we're talking 10, 15 seconds. And she's going out the front door thinking she's fine because homegirl was just thrown out the window on like a 4-story house.
Yeah.
So the killer's upstairs. She opens the front door. The killer's coming through the front door. I was like, that's 2 killers. There ain't no way that can happen.
All right. So at this point, Attic found out it was 2 people. I'm thinking he's still supernatural. I said, your man's supernatural. So she's fighting this dude.
and she whoops his
She
ass.
mollywops him. But again, I say it again. Excuse me. She don't kill this dude. I'm like, you banging him in the head, but you ain't banging him in the neck.
No,
You like you.
I got to defend homegirl.
Right.
I am convinced she thought he was dead, because there's a time where she stops and he's bleeding, and she just keeps going back to town on his head. Like,
I feel it, but
I think the reason she stopped hitting him is because at that time that's when the second individual came through the door.
No. Remember, she stopped and she takes a breath and she's like, okay. And she's like, let me
gotta
go
agree
check
though,
this
King.
chick.
She did serious damage.
She did, but she
like,
goes.
Normally I'd be with you. I'd be like,
chick.
yo, they should have kept hitting him. But if I was this chick,
I
probably would have thought he was dead.
I would have cut his throat. I'm sorry. We already
talking
had a
about
situation.
what actually happens to him. Like,
no, listen, it's a body here already. I just gotta make sure. I gotta have confirmed kill. You understand what I'm saying? I watched too many movies not to have confirmed kill. I'm gonna have to cut his car out of it. But anyway, she goes outside to go check on her friend because she figured she got the monster. I got the monster. And she goes, and then she hears the guy go inside the door, and he goes, "Oh
no!" No, what happened? When she stopped and she put down it was like some utensil used in a kitchen that she killed him with. Well, she beat the shit out of him with. So she puts it down and she looks up, and there's another individual mask that's coming through the door. Yeah. So at this point, she's like, it's over. It's a wrap. Like, because, and you know, what's funny is at this time, the black chick is still on the ground outside, and the other dude's just dead. He's not coming back. He's dead.
Yeah. Okay, so Addy. All right. So the hell that. So the next killer, tracking her, fighting her. She gets to the road, and they fighting on the road, and she see a car in the distance coming up the road. I'm like, yeah, she gonna get out of here. Why the hell she get to the car and the lady go, oh, what's going on? Chick, I'm bleeding.
And that is where I said they did a good job taking you away from the pandemic, the whole point of the movie. Because at that point, when she's like, oh, honey, do you put your mask on? I forgot this is a pandemic movie.
No, when she bleeding out, and she go, where your mask at?
And was like, are you serious? So, like, there was some loopholes in this movie, but I do think that it wasn't significant enough to make me not enjoy the movie. Because sometimes you'd be looking at something like, come on, man, we know that's not how that would work.
But get it. So the lady goes, she pulls out a plastic bag. Oh, I got an extra one. Here. She slips it through the top of the window. Put it on. She's like, come on, man, give me the goddamn mask. So she put the mask on, and she jumped in the car, and she goes, this mask smells like chloroform. So how the hell do you know what chloroform smell like?
So question. When she got in that car, did you suspect that she was with the killers?
No, dude, I thought she was good.
I didn't either. I didn't expect she was the killers.
Like, I thought she was good.
When she had, like, when they didn't pan out her driving the moment she got in the car, that's when I started suspecting something. Because, like, why ain't you driving? Like, the moment she was in that car.
I think they picked that lady purposely because, for me, that lady represents nice. She's always been nice in every film that I've ever seen. She's never played a villain. She's such a great actress. She's always been the nice, quiet. You know, and I'm thinking, this is all right. You made it to the lady that's on TV. That's a nice girl. All right. Yeah, she played the wickedest, evilest woman. That when they get to the house, and she's talking to her husband.
Here's the question: should we ruin the whole objective of the movie of why everything's going on?
You know what? Nah. I'm gonna tell you,
we will let you guys find out why these two individuals are going around causing havoc. We'll let you find that out by yourself.
Huge plot twist.
It was a good twist, though, King.
it's all self-inflicted. This whole movie is self-inflicted. You don't think so?
I feel like that's grief. Like I feel like
No. I'm talking about if one person didn't do one thing.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying,
happen.
but I don't feel what the people did was justification for what they were doing. Like, because you could have literally connected the dots like 1,000 different other ways of how that individual ended up coming up with
the situation.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was grief. They wanted to pin this on the first person they could pin it on.
Well, isn't that how everything goes?
It is.
You know, it's how you deal with loss, and they really went the sick way with it. That's why it's called sick. They really went the sick way with how they dealt with loss. And I mean, this is what happens when people take their own matters into their own hands, and you don't rationally think about things. I mean, a movie has a deeper meaning, and it does good in that part. But let's get to the rating on this movie.
Okay. So I went first last time. You go first this time.
I kind of spoiled it because I went first, remember?
Oh, okay. Then I'll go first this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3-star. 3 popcorn.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was going to give it a 3-star because of all the plot holes.
Yeah, it was a solid movie. It's definitely worth watching, especially if you have Peacock. Now, is this worth buying Peacock for? No.
No.
Like, I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you get the trial, you want to sit there. The reason I do recommend it's like it's a good couple movie too.
Yeah.
So you could watch this, and I feel like unless your significant other has like a completely different taste in movies, I think both of you would enjoy it.
It's something that you're both alike. It's funny as hell.
Yeah. So,
and then you start to laugh at stuff that you would have did, differently when it comes to it.
So, King.
Oh, we down to the